Hi, my name is David, and this is my capstone presentation. In this presentation, I will be talking about Ford Motor Company. First, I will discuss the SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis is, according to Abraham, conducting a SWOT analysis takes into account the company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's beneficial to determine strengths and weaknesses compared to the previous year and with current competitors. Strengths and weaknesses are internal, opportunities and strengths and threats are external. The Ford's strengths and weaknesses are strong engineering, research and development, award-winning vehicles such as the Ford F-150, and they have never received a government bailout, but that was possible back in 2009. Ford's current weaknesses over the years is poor cash flows, sluggish performance in all regions, including the United States, and management in a mess. Ford's opportunities are growth potential in international markets, which they have been succeeding in, but will need additional effort. Demand for hybrid and electric vehicles has seen an exceptional growth over the years, and product changes, such as software. The Ford's threats are high competition with vehicles and, and auto manufacturer companies such as Tesla, Toyota, Chevrolet, weak global outreach, possible bailout from recession, increased costs and manpower in the United States. Ford's strategic recommendations should be its focus and gain additional opportunity in the electric vehicle market and the software that goes behind it. This development for Ford should focus on software, electrification, and the overall engineering that goes behind it. Emphasizing strengths and opportunities with marketing, as mentioned in the previous slide, and emphasizing hybrid and electric vehicles as a real competition for other competitors who are not in the gas, hybrid, and electric vehicle market. Human resource gap analysis. What is human resource gap analysis? According to the Academy to Innovate HR, an HR gap analysis helps HR leaders identify the difference between the current state and the desired future state in any area of human resources. Strengths and weaknesses for Ford is talent attraction, growth and retention, employee well-being, and DEI initiatives, which will be discussed further in the next slides moving ahead. What are Ford's strengths and weaknesses for talent attraction and growth and retention? The strengths may include sourcing candidates from multiple industries, whether it's from the automotive or software industry, zero emission vehicle initiative, assessment and talent management for future excellence within the company, performance management, and semi-annual review for employees. The Ford's weaknesses are huge need and shortage for skilled trade workers, need for reskilling and upskilling due to the new implementation of hybrid and electric vehicles. The strengths and weaknesses for Ford with employee well-being and DEI initiatives. Firstly, the strengths include financial, social, mental, emotional health, physical, and professional needs for all employees, broad help of resources and solutions to educate employees, build capability, and meet individual and organizational well-being needs and goals. There is a high emphasis on DEI initiatives. Ford does give back to communities and also promotes DEI within, not only outside the company. The weaknesses Ford has experienced over the last years is a UAW strike for the manufacturers in the plants, the rising cost of skilled and labor workers. Ford's 5-year vision has been trying to attempt to get into the electric car market, which has succeeded, but there still needs to be a lot of improvement to study how batteries can efficiently be used. According to Bloomberg periodical, Ford is to spend up to $20 billion reorganizing for a shift to electric vehicles, is preparing similar success from other electric vehicle brands and their approach on electric vehicles. The effort, led by a former Apple Inc. and Tesla executive, calls for Ford to spend an additional $10 to $20 billion over the next 5 to 10 years, converting factories worldwide to electric vehicle production from making gasoline-powered cars, which means an additional funds will need to be used to reskill and upskill current employees in the manufacturing plants. The conclusion and recommendations for this section: the progress for the Ford Plus plan is described in the Integrated Sustainability and Financial Summary of 2022. Ford Plus is about growth intended to transform the company to win in this era of electric and connected vehicles. Ford Plus has three segments: Ford Pro, which is for commercial vehicles; Ford Blue, which is for gas and hybrid; Ford Model E is its e- only electric vehicle line. The gap closing strategy for Ford is ideal as they look for different ways to implement what they think is best for them to move forward as a modern automotive electric vehicle company focused on technology and software. Moving forward to the financial analysis and charts from the Ford 10K report of 2023, Ford has seen an exceptional growth in its finances and both the consumer finance leases, dealers, and its current portion and its net finances within the last 3 years under Jim Farley's, the new CEO's direction. A summary of the financial analysis: Ford has been showing promise in revenue and net income. A net profit margin ratios are computed by net income divided by net revenue times 100. Computing the numbers from the Ford's Tech 10K report states from 2023 saw a 2.5% net profit margin ratio, In 2022, Ford's net profit margin ratio was 1.36%. Concerns can be issues with profitability, increased costs, and investment returns. Ford's health and sustainability can be also seen on Ford's Sec 10K report. Ford's committed credit facilities totaled $45.3 billion dollars, compared with $39.7 billion on December 31st, 2022. Ford's credit committed capacity is primarily comprised of committed asset-backed security facilities from bank-sponsored commercial paper conduits and other financial institutions, and unsecured credit facilities with financial institutions. Ford's financial statements and supplementary data. Ford's Motor Company and subsidiaries consolidated statements of cash flows. Ford's net income has seen its net income and loss, its net gain and loss, a stock compensation, a decrease or increase in finance receivables, and net cash provided for operating activities. Ford's recommendations, positive and negatives in the audit report should state recommendations may include continue pursuing on electrification, hybrid and software services, manufacturing and quality assurance for the consumers. The positives should be continuing advertising and marketing all segment plans, expand global globally, consistently adapt to environmental social governance, ESG, consistently invest in growth and customer-friendly interface features on its vehicles. Negatives may include high cost, high debt, as shown in the previous chart reports, overall quality and reliability concerns, and an increase of competition. Social responsibility and environmental social governance, climate change, energy, sustainable materials, waste, human rights, people, and sustainability reporting all fall under the corporate social responsibility. Environmental social governance is what Ford stands by in its commitment. Our commitment to helping build a better world where every person is free to move and pursue their dreams is our legacy and our future. Building a strong, sustainable business takes commitment, effort, and persistence. By advancing groundbreaking technology, supporting our people, our partners, and our customers, and protecting our planet, we are ensuring that Ford Motor Company will be here for generations to come. Three P's: People, Profit, Planet is part of CSR, also constitutes a development of new element and corporations, advertising strategy, and new signifier. Corporations make big news out of their ethical actions and socially responsible policies. People, employee well-being strategies, diversity and inclusion, community engagement. Profit, for net income from all the segments should consistently be improved, which are Ford Pro, Ford Blue, and Ford Model E. And Ford should consistently stay on top of its 100% carbon-free electricity by 2035 and minimize waste strategy by 2030 for its planet initiatives. Most challenging and opportunities Ford may face is strong challenge and opportunity is achieving success for the Ford Model E plan, intense competition from other automotive brands and software companies, s- supply chain and tariff issues as recently under this new presidency, reducing high costs from both manufacturing and profiting in the end. Ford's pest analysis, political, economic, social, and technological, political adhering to government and legislative changes for gas vehicles. Ford personally has a goal to be 100% electrification by 2035, as mentioned previously. Its economic standpoint is for profitability, pricing, and human capital resources. Its social is navigating people from all parts of the industry to achieve success, concentration of socioeconomic factors, employee well-being initiatives, DEI, and community needs. Its technological should stay with research and development. Its Ford Model E plan and adapting to change. Its challenging and opportunities will come along the way, which will be inflation costs, supply chain disruptions from UAW worker strike that happened a few years ago, and sourcing materials to build new products. Strong competition from other vehicle manufacturers, and a transition from gas to electric at its plants. Strategic recommendations focus on the EV transition, need strong profits from Ford Pro and Ford Blue in order to achieve success for the Ford Model E plan. Commitments to become a carbon-free and clean energy company, and a need for stronger quality, reliable products. In conclusion, for Ford to succeed, it must first meet profits and margins from its well-established products, Ford Pro and Ford Blue. It must listen and meet the transition to people, profit, and planet. Enhance Ford products on quality, reliability, especially on recalls. Human resource gap analysis. Trustworthy financial analysis yearly with audits being done in between. Thank you. That'll be all.